Okay. Hello. Oh, Julie Deering. I see you right on my front screen. How are you? I hope everyone's doing well. Sorry again about being late. I'm so glad that y'all have taken time out of your Sunday to spend a little time here. Again, my name is Amy Dodson, and I have, let's see, my day one with Plan was in the middle of the pandemic, May 18th, 2020. And I was not one of those people that said, I just started baking bread and I've never been overweight in my life. I have struggled with my weight for as long as I can remember. It has been up and down roller coaster. And what I came to find out in doing this program is that I am a food addict, sugar addict, compulsive overeater, binge eater, whatever you want to call it. I know we're not supposed to speak those things over ourselves, but you know what? I say it's self-awareness. And our superpower in doing this program is building that self-awareness so we can regain our power over food. And I have recently gone back on the 5 and 1. And I'm just going to be real honest. I'm usually very, very honest, and I don't plan on stopping that. I've said in the last 5 years that I'm going back on the 5 and 1, but I don't know if I actually ever did. I kind of ished it. And I've stayed within my goal range for 5 years. I contend for my health every day, every year. Is it? Yeah. Contend for my health every day, not year. I join these calls, I do all the things, but there have been times where I may have chosen to eat some fun things, so I've gone off plan and then gone back on the 5 and 1. But and Jennifer, my cousin, we did it. She joined me. She was back in 2022, and I got real serious. And y'all, it is not as easy as I remember. It was like, oh, I think this is the first time I've been hungry in 5 years. And I say hungry because I don't know if any of us have truly been like we watch the people that are actually starving. I don't think think I've ever been starving, but you know what I mean. And I know that so much of that is emotional hunger because I wasn't actually hungry. And I had a day a week and a half ago. Only Jennifer, my cousin, knows about this day, but it was one of our hardest days in our family. And I wanted to numb with you name it. I am a salty and sweet person. I do not discriminate between either, but I could have and would have had I been back to my old ways. Um, Warm chocolate chip cookies, chips and queso, whatever. I would have been numbing and numbing and numbing. But guess what? What I've learned in doing this program and listening to the wisdom of from these calls and Dr. A is we are all here more than likely because of emotional mismanagement. And when there's somebody, maybe in our family, that is leading us to want to binge, not blaming. I mean, we do take, we're not playing victim, but there might be a circumstance that leads us to want to binge. And we have to stay strong for those people. And when we give in to the sugar, and when I say sugar, sugar is gummy bears, it is chocolate, it is chips, it is bread, because that converts to sugar. And that has us show up as a worse version of ourselves so that we cannot be the strong version that we should be when maybe we're trying to comfort someone that needs it. And I'm very open. I say sugar makes me a biatch. Like I am so mean to my husband if I eat sugar. And so right there, knowing that, that stops me from the binge. And I have to be really aware. Like, and my husband knows it. Like, I'm like, listen, I'm not going to think that you're stopping me because you think I need to lose weight. You're stopping me because I'm going to be mean. So here's one thing that I thought of. Oh, let me share my screen real quick. Hold on one second. Um, let's see here. Okay, I'm moving this out of the way. Okay. I forgot to show. I love when the host shows their before and after. And one thing I meant to ask also while you're seeing that, will you share with me if this is your first time coming to this call? I would love to know if there are any newbies here. And I'd also like to take a poll. If Jocelyn, I know you.
Hey
Hi,
Amy, can
friend.
you enable the chat?
Oh, yes, Stephanie, thank you. And I shall.
It's
Stephanie, I'm going to
my
make
first
you
time.
Yay, Katrina. Thank you. Okay, Stephanie, you know how to do that. I'm going to make you co-host also because I don't think Jennifer nor I
Okay.
uh, know how to do that. That's okay. And y'all can now put it in the chat if this is your first time. What? This is my first time to the Zoom. Hello. Yay, Molly. And then for those of you who's not your first time, will you tell me if, because Kristen and I, we kind of have a silly, not a bet, but do you come to Friday and Sunday? Or, or just Sunday? I know some of you are teachers, and so you might say yes, Friday and Sunday in the summer. But I come to both if I can. Did that work? Yes. First time. Okay, both. Yay. Okay, thank you all. I love this. Okay. So did I share my screen, Jennifer? Did I show my before and after? Okay. So as I'm thinking and on the 5 and 1, like, good Lord have mercy, this is harder than I remember it being. And yes, I was on the 5 and 1 in a vacuum during the pandemic where I did not have to leave my home. But it got me thinking about you all doing the 5 and 1. And let's see here. Let me share my screen again. And I saw this quote. Can y'all see that? It says, when a child is learning to walk and falls down 50 times, they never think to themselves, maybe this isn't for me. Okay, so I am going out on a limb. I love analogies. So sometimes my analogies are a stretch, but just bear with me. We are in a world full of addictive food. We are in a world that is cuckoo. We are in a world where emotional mismanagement is at an all-time high. We are in a world where like 86% of our country is obese. We are trudging upstream to gain health. And I love how lately our leaders and we're reinforcing this is not about reaching your goal weight. Yes, we want you to reach your goal weight, but guess what? It's not like, okay, y'all take care. You reached your goal weight. Peace out. No, that's when the rubber meets the road. But by that time, you have gained this muscle in your brain to do the work to stay there. And so truly our goal in all of this for everyone, for all 71,000 people that are on that Client Strong page, your goal is optimal health for the rest of your life. And because we're in this world that is wonky, we're not just eating, deer meat and berries. There's food that is created. There are scientists making our food addictive. So I love when Dr. A says it's not your fault. I want you to think of our getting healthy as learning to walk, learning to write for the first time, maybe learning to drive. And so, in all those circumstances, we're not going to give the baby our shoes to wear the first time they walk. We're not going to say, okay, we're going to teach our baby to walk on the sand or on some gravel. And when you're learning to write, the teacher's not going to give you a lipstick pen or pencil to write with. And when you're learning to drive, they're not going to go, okay, there's three wheels on here, it's fine, and you can only drive in reverse. So we have to set up all those silly analogies I'm talking about in the perfect way. We want our baby to be on a flat floor. We want to be there to catch the baby if they fall. We want to teach our teenager to drive in a car that has gas, that has, we get their seat all set in their mirror, and we pray so hard if we're the one driving with them. I taught preschool. I didn't teach people to write. God bless you, teachers that teach our children to write because it's a lost art, right? But writing, you got to have the pencil that's sharpened and the right paper, and maybe they start and do the trace the letter. I don't know if they even teach cursive anymore. I love cursive. I miss cursive, but it is a long process. And if we're teaching, if you're homeschooling, I see you, Meredith Vargas. If you are homeschooling, you are not, if they try to write the letter A and it sucks or it looks like a B, you're not going to go, that looks like a B. Oh my gosh. And if your teenager is afraid to drive in the traffic, so you go to a pasture or you go to a cemetery, you set them up for success in a place where they can feel successful, right? So here we go. So we are all basically like those people, like the babies learning to walk, like the teenager learning to drive, like the kindergartner or preschooler, whenever they're starting learning to write. We are all doing that on this journey towards optimal health. There's a lot for us to remember, right? And so, but how amazing is it? I want you to rest easy wherever you are. If it's your day one tomorrow, it's your, day 454. If you're restarting for the 50th time, like that baby that fell 50, baby falls 50 times but gets up 51. See yourself as learning this life skill of optimal health. And just like I said, you give the baby and the teenager and the kid learning to write all the things that they need, right? And so that's what we give in this program with our weekly checklist. All right. So, yes, you have heard this. If you were, here last week and or a Friday, we are going to drill this home. This is your gassed up car. This is your beautiful piece of paper with a nice pencil. This is the smooth floor with, bare feet for that baby and a big smile. This is what is going to help you fight against society. I forgot to mention, society has made food the center of all social celebrations.